art, comedy, pop culture, and much more. You're listening to ACPN.
Hello, young Swimcast citizens. Space Ghost here, a.k.a. George Lowe, inviting you in for all of the creamy, enjoyable listening goodness. Let's ladle some up right now, shall we?
Hello everybody, welcome back to the Swimcast, brought to you by ACPN. You can visit us on the web at acpnet.net for all your podcasting, audiovisual, and more needs. This is the final part of our three-part coverage for San Diego ComicCon at Home and SwimCon. We had a lot of fun with this one, and I mean, I can't really say much more than that. You're going to hear from the same people you've been hearing from. Awesome people all around, and we're going to shoot the breeze with whatever other thoughts we had swim-wise. We will be back next week with a brand new episode of the Swimcast, as well as another episode or two from DragonCon. Until then, enjoy the show.
That'll do.
That'll do.
Any other panels that anyone saw that we didn't talk about?
Announcements? I mean,
We're-
did we really even have
I
any?
could talk about panels I wanted to see but didn't see. I wanted a Venture Brothers panel so bad I could taste it.
Duh!
But yeah, and all we have to go on is sort of vague comments on Facebook and stuff
Well, I mean, that's...
on where production is.
This
So that's all we know.
This is the thing. If and I hate to keep throwing it back to me, but I know from experience that they're not really going to show, they're not going to talk about, and they've said this at New York Comic Con panels, where they're like, we're not really the guys who are going to answer seriously the questions like,
I know, but that's what makes the panels fun.
Will we see Kim come back? Are you going to do this? Are you going to do that? And I realized that the first time I interviewed them, and by the second time, I just went crazy. Like, I was throwing everything against the wall. I was like, so, Doc, you had that Twitter where you just logged your bowel movements, and that Halloween Whopper just came out. So that was my whole thing, was because they're in the middle of making this show, and they're not going to divulge,
Oh God.
Yeah.
as much as they can. And I told that to someone who was doing a sit down interview with them one year. I'm like, she was showing me her questions. I'm like, they're not going to answer that. They're not going to answer that. Look, just ask them random questions that have nothing to do with the show, and you'll be fine. And I don't know.
Well, and that's one of the things I appreciate most about their participation in events like this. Their takes on things are so much fun to engage in. Like,
They're funny.
I don't know if it's necessarily the thing about the show that I love the most, but their perspective on the world is engaging. And it's one of those things where, talk about the fucking Whopper. Like, that's in your, and it's going to be interesting because I've already bought into your perspective.
Right, and that's when, I think it was the last interview I did with them on the red carpet. I know that Doc's a big Doctor Strange fan. So, and Doctor Strange, I think, was coming out a month later. So I'm like, tell me what you think about Doctor Strange. And he just went off. And it was probably the most amazing 3.5 to 4 minutes of my life.
Yeah, I've seen that interview. It was
I know
was,
people have commented on it and said, "Oh, John, you're so awkward, and I don't know how he's
Well,
talking to."
it's hilarious because he just
Oh, John.
he goes
That's
off.
my
boring and quiet.
shtick.
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the things we lost with it being all virtual this year is some of the crazy shit that happens. Like I think of and I was talking about this, I think, with the Helper crew, or maybe it was someone else. I don't know. About the year that the Moral Oral guys, they went completely bananas, bonkers at the Adult Swim panel. Like they went off.
Wait,
there was a point.
You're talking about the 2006 one?
Yeah,
I was there live.
You were there in person.
I was there in person. That was it was an experience. It was really there's a lot of stories from that, starting with Dino had his intern smuggle in a giant bottle of vodka.
That explains so much all of a sudden. Just it's all there.
It would almost be better if that story started, I was stone cold fucking sober and I had an axe to grind.
Yeah, and that axe was that these Venture Brothers people are too pretty. And fuck all of you. That was the axe that he had to grind.
And Jackson had the dyed hair at the time too. So no, that was an amazing panel of people. And I don't.
That was the year also Metalocalypse was coming out, right?
Yes, that was the year Metalocalypse came out. I think
they were there for
Robot Chicken was coming into season 2 because I remember that told the story a million times. I'm not really going to go into it, but Seth Green was kind of a douche, and it turned us sour to Robot Chicken, and that's my axe to grind with that. But glossing over that.
Venture Brothers was in season 2.
Venture Brothers was in season 2. I'm trying to think what else they
actively.
And Minority Team, I think, was about to come out.
Oh, the black sheep of the Adult Swim fandom.
Frisky Dingo came out in 06.
They were still.
But they weren't on that. Was Adam Reed and Matt Thompson, were they on that panel?
I'm trying to remember from knowledge on the panel. I know De La Pena was on. There were 2 tables. There was the Crazy Go Nuts one with Dino and the Moral Oral guys, and Venture and
Assy McGee was out that year too.
And
that didn't have a panel.
Okay.
And then there was
it didn't earn a panel.
Oh yeah, and then was Tim and Eric, were they on the De La Pena panel, or they were on
the De La Pena because I have Moral Oral on DVD,
and that's the featurette. Yep, I think.
And that's the featurette. Is this, and then commentary from Tino, and then commentary from Jackson and Doc about this awful bananas crazy panel, and that's what we miss out on when it's all virtual.
Mm-hmm. True, but I mean, Dino could have just drank some vodka.
Dino could have just dropped in on one of these, any of them. Yeah.
Just randomly show up at like they're doing a Zoom and just like, boop. Oh, hey guys, I just showed. That would have been awesome.
Grabs all of the mics.
I kid you not, we interviewed him. I think it was over 2 hours. Not that he didn't leave, but we were just generous with time. And didn't really know that we should do shorter interviews. And like now we'll do like if we do interviews, because we don't really do them anymore because PR hates us or something. We would say, oh, if they want to do like 15 minutes, if they want to do 30, if you want to do more, which we're more conservative towards their time. Versus years ago when it was like, leave whenever you want. And at one point, Dino actually gets up to pee. That is the highlight of the episode. I should release it at some point, but it's over 2 hours.
That's the highlight.
I don't even remember.
That's the highlight. Well, got up to pee.
That's what I remember.
Wait, did he go to the bathroom or did he just? unzip and
Go to the
go.
Yeah. Just
That I don't know. Trish probably remembers more than I do, and she's gone now. But that was that was like my only memory from like 10 years ago was that part. And like I don't even remember what we talked about for 2 hours. I think we talked about death, and I know we talked about Frankenhole because Frankenhole was just coming out.
I'm calling you a liar, sir. You said you'd never smoked weed.
I never smoked weed. I never said I didn't do anything else. Like I could have done ayahuasca. I could have done ayahuasca. I could. I could just have a bad memory from repressed memories.
Snorted nutmeg.
Just like repressed it all. Into
I read Malcolm X's autobiography, and now I've got nutmeg fever.
I'm a werewolf.
You work, and you're qualified to work at Adult Swim.
Hey!
Lichens only need apply.
I mean, I've got enough body hair. Like, I can send a sample.
I have hair somewhere.
Uh-oh.
It's more of a skin graft.
I got one hair.
TMI.
So where were we with this?
I think we had pretty much run the gamut on the showdown. We kind of talked about some of the things. Was there anything we talked about the panels that we might have wanted to see that weren't there? Was there anything else that you guys wanted to kind of discuss?
Well, so the last thing I want to say, I've got to head out here in a second, but the panel hasn't started yet. But what I'm interested to see is we didn't really talk about Toonami because that panel has not really started yet. Is the Blade Runner Black Row something?
Yeah.
Which is set between Blade Runner and Blade Runner 2029. So I'm looking forward to that, and if I can find some time in the next day or so, I really want to check that out.
I know. I was just looking at the Discord for the Reddit group, and they said a lot of it's probably just going to be on YouTube later on. It sounds like they're not going to have anything, because I was really hoping that the Toonami thing, because much love to Dana Swanson, but I was hoping they would have it on Twitter. That way I could just raid the Adult Swim thing and just flip it over from here. Yeah. But sadly, it doesn't sound like it. The other thing that someone pointed out in the Twitch chat, the cosplay contest. Hosted.
Oh, yeah!
Yeah.
Yeah! And the winner was Aku.
And those were outstanding. We had Aku, we had Carl, we had Rick in a portal dress.
It was a ball gown.
Yeah.
That portal gown was pretty. Hey, points for creativity, and then takes it off and it's brown pants underneath. Yeah, boobs and brown pants and ball gown. That's good.
Well, do you know why she wore the brown pants?
Look, I don't want. We shouldn't
after
get
Labor
into
Day. What?
I just want to say, and I know I keep saying much love, but much love to Nick Gibbons, because he gave us this gem years ago, which I think summarizes what SDCC stands for.
SDCC, which stands for Suck Dick Cock Cock.
That is such an accurate description. Having been there just once, and that was enough. I
went 3 years in a row, and two of them were a bit disappointing.
Once was fine.
Once is, for my experience, if you're going to San Diego Comic-Con, once is probably enough. Because, I mean, I think the first year was fine. It was just starting to get crowded. And then the other 2 years, it was just, I had one friend with me the last year I went in 2008, I think. And he was like, this is like a Russian subway station. So
it was insane. It was insane. Absolutely crazy.
Yeah. But yeah, let me pull up the Comic-Con highlights, because apparently there was a panel. I can't find it online, or maybe it'll be online eventually. But here were the finalists. There, the Carl we were talking about. The one as the warden kind of looks familiar to me, but it might be just,
It's because they were on Instagram.
Oh. But I'm wondering if she was at Dragon Con one year, because I remember someone at one of my panels showing up as the warden, because we had, like, not a costume contest, but we were giving away prizes and stuff.
Is every single finalist female?
Actually, it looks like they are, including the other picture that surfaced of one of the participants.
So every single finalist is a female dressed up as a male?
Mm-hmm. It would appear so.
Well, assuming Aku has a gender.
Right.
Except for whatever's going on there.
You mean Dr. Roxo?
Dr. Roxo.
I'm Dr. Roxo.
I do cocaine.
I do cocaine. Yeah.
So that's fascinating. What does that tell you about the voters?
Did they do the voting on Instagram?
Yeah. What was their favorite show? I wonder.
What is your favorite show? Oh, never mind. I'm just.
Does anybody know the name of the lady in Ku?
She popped up on the Twitter stream. Yeah, she's on Twitter. I think I liked and maybe retweeted her from the Central account. But,
the one year I went to Dragon Con many moons ago, I met Yaya Han, and she does incredible cosplay, and that looks like something she would whip up.
Oh, maybe.
I've just been told that the person who plays the warden identifies as male.
Oh, my bad.
Oh, mea culpa.
Yeah, there was I don't know. But the last picture I was going to show, this is what Lady Aku, even though we don't know what gender Aku is, this is all the goodies that they won, including the, I guess they can't give them away at this point, the 300 thread count Venture Brothers sheets.
God, what?
I'm fucking pissed about that.
What, that it's
300
thread counts?
That would look great in my learning bed.
Who wants to sleep on those?
I do. I have very low standards.
Okay, fine. I mean, we saw these when they first came out on the old Adult Swim shop, and even Trish was like, 300 thread count?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish the old Adult Swim no offense to Nick Gibbons.
Much love to Nick Gibbons.
Much love to Nick Gibbons. I love As Seen on Adult Swim. I do.
I try to tune in, but unfortunately we have a riff night usually, or a game night on this channel, so.
I would just like the old Adult Swim shop back. Even for just like a day. Just to get out the warehouse. Come on. Just open it up for a day.
And they have a ton of stuff that they're willing to get rid of.
You gotta
I know, and I am willing to give them money for it. That's the thing. I'm willing to pay more than $5 for these items.
Oh, okay. That's fascinating. Did you guys see what just popped up in the feed here? Red Guy is saying that Free For All is the Cosplay Cup champion, and she designed for the Met Gala.
Oh wow!
So that's not not amateur.
So
that's
I remember reading something about that. Yeah, or hearing it when she.
Huh.
She designs for the Met Gala.
Is that legal now? Is that legal? It's like you have all these people who are putting their costumes together in quarantine, and then you have I'm kidding.
Yeah, the free for all was any cosplay.
I'm kidding.
I did like how they divided it up into categories. So like
that
was cool.
The Met Gala is legal. Yeah, I don't think they've outlawed that yet.
No, I'm saying from like
it's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time.
I'm saying you have a race between, a Ferrari and like a Datsun Dart.
A Stanza.
My Stanza!
A Stanza!
Dog's gonna kill me!
Dog's gonna kill me.
Yeah, well, they had that movie. It was Ford versus Datsun.
Yeah, it was it was classic. Classic.
I mean, it's not a Yugo, so
That's what I should have gone with.
Nowhere.
I should have gone nowhere.
Or Ute.
Yugo.
You don't Barry. We're going to Bendigo. Sidebar: I've had Australian friends tell me, yeah, Bendigo is exactly as they explained it.
Jesus.
Good lord.
Oh boy, oh boy. So, I mean, I guess panel-wise, are we tapped on that?
I think so.
My Hanks run dry.
I forget where I am. Oh, here. Yeah, what else do we have? Oh, I guess the one thing I didn't get to really talk about was the Bob's Burgers panel, but I'll be quick about that. Basically, I feel like overall the Bob's Burgers panel was the best panel that I had seen as far as structure. Just because,
It was the most put together.
yeah, it was, and I don't know if this was just whoever was in charge of that or what, because the Archer one was a little bit more like the rest of the panels, whereas the Archer one was perfect because you had the creator, the writers, the supervising producer, you had the cast. They were they were talking about what's going on now, making jokes and showing clips from the new season, and then they invited fans onto the Zoom to take some questions.
And I think that goes to also to their credit, because the way I forget the name of the production company that does Bob's Burgers.
Bento?
Yeah, the way they've handled
maybe it's Bento then.
Because the way they've handled this the COVID situation is honestly been extraordinary. The way that they've handled working from home. Like, they were able to keep their production schedule pretty much
they said there was like a 3-day gap, basically, from when they got told they were all going to have to go home to when production at home actually started.
Huh.
I think it's just that it's a tightly run ship. Maybe.
Well, you have to remember, it's a Fox
run.
show. It's a Fox show. It's not an Adult Swim show. It's not a FX show. Like, it's on Fox. Fox isn't fucking around.
Maybe it's bigger.
They're like,
I'm trying to
because FX, but also Floyd County. I was gonna say the Archer panel but also Floyd County has a bit of a William Street vibe.
Well, yeah, because they came from William Street.
Because that's where they came from. Yeah.
Although a lot of the people who worked on Aqua Teen and Squids moved over to Bento.
Yeah.
Much love to Craig Harton.
Well, and I think that's actually going to be one of the more interesting things to kind of come out of the COVID situation. Bob's Burgers has proven that you can still do adult animation from home and keep going. So I think you're going to see a lot of, production teams pick up that model, and you're going to see a lot of, studios and networks unafraid to invest in adult animation because it's one of the easier formats to do remotely.
It's certainly, this is shaping a landscape for renaissance for adult animation because
a swim-a-sance.
Because you're able to produce it from home. I mean, Archer got pushed back 4 months or something.
Yeah,
it was gonna be in May and then got pushed back. But Rick and Morty was on schedule. I think the last few episodes were pretty much exclusively produced from home, or the last back half of them were. And I guess most of the back half of this new season of Archer is going to be from home, and it seems like Bob's is on track still.
What I've heard about
stuff.
Yeah, you can, because the voice actors can record from home. You can animate from home.
Oh yeah,
storyboard from home. It's really one of the only mediums that you can produce viably from your house.
And have you heard?
You don't have all the distribution issues of comic books.
Yeah. Have you heard about what they're doing with the soap operas and the dramas? Is they're having people, when they're doing kissing scenes, make out with dummies? You don't run into that with animation. You don't have
those issues.
Yeah.
And even then, like if you're filming a scene with someone, you're gonna be, you're still gonna have to break social distancing.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. Like the dating game is really, really rough right now. If you're gonna try to go out there and find a dummy,
Yeah, I know.
Dummies
are really hard to come by, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're all working.
I mean, she married me, so it's
dope.
She got lucked out.
Oh, dude, I would love to see the date packages that come off of that. Like, oh yeah, you can win an all expense paid trip to so and so, and you're both provided with your own human hamster balls.
Hazmat suits.
Yes.
Yeah, did you remember the Naked Gun movie where they did it in the full body condoms? Like that's pretty much.
Please, I would love that.
There's a distinct lack of face mask porn out there right now, and I'm disturbed by it.
Clearly, you're not looking in the right places.
Oh, yeah. I feel like that's something to be very popular.
I'm looking on Reddit.
That was something that Dan Savage was talking about the other day on the Savage Lovecast. He was like, I totally called all these different like porn trends. Is like I'm calling masks now. And which of course means that everybody who's a Venture fan is already a little bit ahead of the game because super villainy and super science require good masking.
We're masked all the time, man.
Yeah. That is true.
I mean,
well. Speaking of porn and masks, I have to head out, but I want to say thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you for coming. You know what? We'll get your plug out of the way. I know your co-host, I guess, is going to stick around for a few more minutes, but where
you don't know me.
What?
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Sorry.
You are staying here. So says the werewolf pack.
And then it cuts back 10 feet, and we find out they're both on a soundstage together.
High five, Brandon.
with the stained glass window.
So you kind of go like that.
Okay, so I'm just gonna put that there, and I'm sorry. I'm working on like minimal fumes. Are you Brandon or Travis?
Yes. I'm the one with hair. I'm Brandon. Travis is the bald one.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how we make that distinction.
That's not fair. But
no, it is. Genes aren't fair.
Yeah, it's genetics.
We're just gonna Brandon. Please start plugging whatever you would like to plug. That is not an innuendo. That is the way I say plug. Get to the plug.
I am one of the hosts of Interdimensional RSS, the unofficial Rick and Morty podcast, and I also host Submitted for Your Approval, a Twilight Zone podcast on the side periodically. It's fun. Thank you for having me at Barnyard Cruise on Twitter or at Rick and Morty Pod on Twitter. And that is all I have. I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of events they have next year and seeing if they can consolidate them and make them more of an event than, because it was great, but something that to unify folks to like a single location, as you were saying earlier.
Yes, absolutely. And I really appreciate you coming in and joining us, and we've had some fun. We're gonna wrap it up sooner than later, but thank you for coming in the show.
Thank you so much.
Hey, real pleasure, man.
It was pleasure to all of you. Thank you. Remember, Travis is the bald one.
I will receive that pleasure.
Oh. Now we're getting into the innuendos.
All right, to the masks.
It was either innuendos or a stanza.
Innuendo.
So I just have to figure out how to leave. Okay, bye.
Bye. That's funny. Oh, nice.
That's what
there were a couple of things left on this thing. Wait, did I move them to the wrong thing? Oh, here we go. So I just wanted to ask quickly, did anyone notice any Adult Swim merch related to ComicCon?
I was so busy watching panels, I didn't even look.
Oh, okay. I didn't notice anything myself, so I'll just gloss over that. The last thing I wanted to talk about, we had some news that came out in between, and the helper folk were talking about, were alluding to something that was updated in Venture earlier. Do we have any insight on that?
No, that's actually just a running joke of ours. Hey, Vaudevillain, what's the Venture update?
Nothing. There's absolutely no fucking update, and there never will be.
Well, there will. But...
No, there won't.
Will we see what? No, we don't do will we.
We're going to get wins
plans for that
for season 8.
We will see it when we see it, and we will be happy with it.
Exactly.
You know, there was a quick rush where I kind of always noticed there would be a big movie coming out, and everyone's waiting for it, and then some like Make-A-Wish kid would like be like, "Oh, I'm not gonna make it. And, like, can I go see that movie?" No kid should ever do that for the Venture Brothers because they're gonna never be able to give them that season. There's no clip for that kid. Like, that is a shit wish, man.
What was your second wish, kid?
What was your second wish?
You want Rick and Morty? We can give you Rick and Morty.
We can give you. I have boxes full of Rick and Morty over here.
We got animatics. We got all kinds of shit we can show you.
Venture Brothers, nah.
It's kind of like
a werewolf.
Hey, Beast, what are they going to attack with their Progeria wishes?
Yeah. I mean, use your Make-A-Wish for something useful, like destabilizing a government or something, kid. Like, stop waiting around for Venture Brothers. Go out and live some life.
It's like if they asked for more Venture Brothers, it's the equivalent of going to the toy store and not getting the He-Man figure and getting like the shitty lower level guy, or even the knockoff. Me Man.
Me Man.
We got Me Man.
That was actually one panel I thought we were going to see, but we didn't, which was Kevin Smith's He-Man.
Oh, yeah.
No. There was something somewhere. I did a quick Google or a YouTube search for just at San Diego Comic-Con, and there was some form of, I don't know if it was an actual about his show or if they were just having an in general, like, He-Man convention, but there was something. He's been talking about it on
PowerCon. Because they had because PowerCon is the big He-Man thing every year, and
it was last night on his
con. Hold on, go back.
Yeah. No, they do. Yeah, they do.
Yeah, everyone has a con. BotCon for Transformers is making a comeback this year, and I'm wondering if there was a panel.
I'm not excited about He-Man because a part of me is pretty sure that's part of the reason the Howard the Duck cartoon got canceled.
Oh, maybe.
I just saw that just wrapped up his annual Saturday night Comic-Con stand-up routine.
Oh, that's why there's no one here. Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, we were up against an evening with Kevin Smith tonight.
Oh,
FYI.
Oh man. No, I wasn't catering to his audience anyway. Much love to Kevin Smith.
Much love.
Much love.
Honestly, though, it sounds like that one's never going to hit con. They're doing voice work and everything right now. They're about to go into full animation production, and it's, I believe, slated to still come out around now next year. So unless he brings it to con as like it's out. Look at this cool thing we just put out. There's not going to be a con where that really gets, or at least a San Diego con where that gets talked about.
You know what I like about Kevin Smith? He's the only guy I can think of who's going to stand up in front of a crowd and yell, "I brought this to con!" and get away.
He may. I did try watching the Thundercats Roar panel. I don't know how anyone else feels about that show. I actually enjoyed it.
That's the sort of Teen Titans Go.
The Gumball version.
Yeah, the Cal Arts style.
No. Let's not compare Teen Titans Go to Gumball. Hold on.
I thought you were going to say don't call it the Cal Arts.
Because Gumball is fantastic.
Yes.
That is a fun show.
Beauty in motion.
I just don't know why they decided to make Toucan Sam look like Gumball.
I don't know. It's the new thing. It's the new thing. All of the shows look the same.
Yeah. But anyway, I tried watching the Thundercats Roar panel, but it was basically the voice cast minus Dana, and I'm like, well, I really don't
What's
have
the
too much.
point?
I'm like, I don't have too much time to waste on this because it's not really Adult Swim. And also, why isn't Dana on this panel? Where is
Justin
Dana?
Roiland.
He's on.
He was doing the cosplay cup.
He's a werewolf.
He's a werewolf.
He's a werewolf. He works at Adult Swim. They're all cryptids.
Much
But
love
we
to-
established this.
Much love to Dana Snyder. I won't.
Dana Snyder's probably the only one I would suspect of being like an honest to God Sasquatch.
He did have a mustache for a while. I know that much.
Oh, can we get that for Calamitous Jane?
For
the collection.
For the Planet Hollywood of mustaches.
Oh God. So I'm just gonna quickly wrap up the other news that came out. Ballmaster season 3 is in the works because Christy alluded to it the other night.
Cool.
Apparently, according to the Reddit, Dave Willis mentioned something about Aqua Teen potentially returning.
Oh.
So that's
interesting.
That's big news. And someone on the ACPN Discord actually said, you know what? Maybe they should launch it with a new movie. Maybe finally, flip the switch on Death Fighter. That would be interesting. I don't know. And also on Discord, and I think it showed up on a few other places, Mike Tyson is not coming back for another season.
Mike Tyson got canceled.
Yep.
That was a fun show.
I watched a couple episodes, and I did an interview with that cast and crew, and that was amazing. But
wait, did you meet Mike Tyson?
I have stories about that red carpet. Should I say it now? It might take a few minutes.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
So, Mike Tyson not the panel. I think Jason, Swimcast Jason went to the panel, correct?
I did. It was a weird experience because he was late as hell, and he came in with an entourage of 20 fucking people, including like bodyguards and all this shit. And every question during the Q&A was, "Will you sign this?" Because people want that shit to resell, and they had to purposefully stop the Q&A and tell them, ask questions about the show, stop trying to get them to sign shit.
On the press side, I've never had a New York Comic-Con press panel where the email ends with "Do not ask him about his personal life and do not ask him about anything except the show and his pigeons."
Wait. Go back. His pigeons? He really has pigeons.
Because he had that. Yeah. He had a show on one of those random networks where it was like him and his pigeons.
Vice or something.
It wasn't Vice. I think it was like A&E or something where he had like a 1-season show about his pigeons. Yeah. Oh no, maybe it wasn't that. Maybe it was about like one of the promotions or something. One of the boxing promotions he was a part of. It was literally like one thing on the. It was like one blurb on the bottom of the email where it was like, only talk about these. Like it didn't say.
Talk about Mike Tyson mysteries or his pigeons.
Yeah, it was basically do not get into anything that has happened to him between 1980 and today.
Yeah, don't bring up Mark Antony's speech in Julius Caesar. Lend me your ears, Evander Holyfield.
Oh.
I wasn't thinking of that either. I was thinking about the other thing.
Don't ask about the Tigers.
Oh yeah, don't ask about the Tigers. Don't ask about the Tigers, and don't ask about Robin Givens.
But you can ask about the pigeons. So yeah. I gotta know, did you ask about the pigeons?
Mike, do you have a pigeon named Robin Givens?
Oh my God!
There's the workaround.
Found it. There you go.
Reed Cooper. Much love to Reed Cooper. He's in
this. Mike, did you sign this pigeon?
No, he said he does red carpet stuff too at New York Comic-Con, but he said he asked Mike if any of his pigeons have ever used a gun. So in closing to this, my other takeaway from doing that interview. To Jason's point, he did have an entourage, and I don't know if it was like just people they hired off the street, like from like privatized like military or something, and then like between that and like Comic-Con, like Javits Center personnel, but he had like literally like 2 guys were standing off to the side, 2 guys were standing off to the other side, 2 guys behind the camera, 2 guys at the door, and then 1 guy, I think it was like his publicist or something, he was holding a book. So it's like all these guys surrounding him as you do the interview. I'm like, is this to protect him, me, or is someone coming in to attack him?
Both. All of the above.
Dude, yeah, I mean, you're totally going to take down former heavyweight champion of the world,
Oh,
Mike Tyson.
yeah, me, Mr.
And
I
his
think
pigeons.
Mr. Socially Awkward, I think at the time 245 pounds maybe, of diabetic mess. Yeah, I'll take him down.
Not muscle?
If only you brought nickel dips.
You gotta break the nickel nips.
So anyway, I think that
I
was
love
all
that you've got like strong heavy guy, heavy guy, and he's like, we need someone with like a book. Could we have like a guy with a book follow me around? So like he just has like a nice little offset to the whole thing. Like you don't want to be too intimidating. You need like a little guy with glasses and a book.
I don't.
Why, Mike? Why is he following you? I just like a guy with a book.
Like, did you see what the book was? Was it an illustrated book or?
No, it looked like a notepad of some kind. So maybe it was like his itinerary for the day.
It was his death note. That's what it was. It was the death note. He wrote people down in it.
Oh God!
It's like
they asked questions.
But yeah,
it's like death note for pigeon. Like he's writing down pigeon names.
Oh God!
And this one, and this one,
that pigeon over there.
You better watch
that pigeon over
John.
there.
You're in the pigeon death note book.
You're in the pigeon zone. Sponsored by werewolves
And Boylans.
And Boylans and Pringles.
And Pringles.
So, I think we've hit the end of the show. It's officially just about midnight on the East Coast. I thank everyone in the chat who is there. I thank everyone, and y'all in Discord are going to get the chance to plug your own goodies and whatnot. I should mention also, I don't have a thing up for that. Yeah, grand prize run. You know what? I'll put up on the screen.
There you go.
No, I'll put
a winner is you.
Hang on.
Winner is you.
Hang on.
All your podcasts are belong to us.
There we go. That's how we'll end this.
That'll do.
So I haven't really promoted this yet, but ACPN is the parent company of Adult Swim Central going forward. And this is their Twitch stream. Well, there, because I'm behind that. And I'm doing quotations to a screen that doesn't see me doing quotations to the screen. Mm-hmm. But Art Comedy Pop Culture Network runs the show now. This is their Twitch. You can find them on the web at acpnet.net, where we started out as podcasting. That's where Mr. Chops and I do Pop Culture Anonymous. We do Swimcast. We do Dana Snyder actually has a show that he occasionally does with another dude about Disney theme parks and drinking. And like all kinds of entertainment and comedy. What?
Together or separate?
What do you mean?
Drinking. Disney.
Oh yeah,
they go together.
Together because they talk about the cocktails that are.
Those could just be like very different culture shows, or like an awesome pairing. I wasn't sure which it was.
Well, I mean,
it's an awesome pairing.
It's an awesome pairing because it's Dana Snyder.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
And other entertainment stuff. We branched out into audio-visual, and we're bringing back Adult Swim Central, hopefully full-time. So if anyone wants to write for us, get in touch somehow. Or the Swimcast, because that's, we only do that every couple of years or months or something. And all the goodies, I need to change the picture.
Yeah, you can't say all the goodies.
As I'm saying all the goodies.
Yeah, like
all the goodies, the Discord chat that we have. Patreon, if you want to donate money. I know in pandemic, a lot of people, money is strapped for cash and whatnot, but we have a whole Patreon system where $1 a month gets you a lot of awesome stuff. $20 a month actually gets you, the first person who donates at the $20 tier actually gets season 5 Blu-ray of Venture Brothers, among other goodies.
Awesome season.
Among other goodies.
Among other goodies that are not any of the goodies.
Not Lady Dr. Roxanne.
Like, you ever see a picture that reminds you of an entire website? Like somethingawful.com?
I was going to say Goatsy, but yeah, that. Reed's asking, can he win the goodies? I don't think so. I mean, I don't know her life, so she may be married or something. I don't know if her husband would condone that.
I'm pretty sure she's making an appearance at HatchetCon.
I was gonna say maybe she's going to AVN.
Maybe.
So yeah, I'm gonna hand this off to all of you fine gentlemen. Thank you again for coming. Let's start from the top. Shit, I'm no good with names when multiple people.
Beast.
Oh, you're Baron Beast Lemode, host of Conjectural Technologies on Helper Network. Let me move these as you talk about your stuff and things.
So we are the Hench Life Pirate Radio Network for all of your Venture Brothers and Super Science podcasting needs. We have Conjectural Technologies. We do a Venture Home News segment. And of course, Rilo Ward here is one of the fantastic co-hosts of the Guild of Calamitous Podcasts. We do Conjectural Technologies with Professor Savage and Vaudevillain. We roll pretty deep because the truth about the Venture fan universe is it's really lonely and it's very hard to get people to watch Venture Brothers. So if you experience that and you need some sort of support group, we are here for you. And we're enablers.
It's true.
Sorry, I'm posting the there. Wow.
There we go.
Okay, so this is a thing that maybe people can say, you know what, let me put it in a better font. Maybe that's better. It works for one person, it doesn't work for multiple people. So let's try Comic Sans as the default, right?
Oh boy.
What about Hell Yeah?
No, you know
Hell yeah!
What? There's a hell?
Helvetica.
Hell yeah.
Helvetica.
Oh, Helvetica. Yeah, I guess that's
it's Helvetica.
I guess that's a standard one we can use. And it looks pretty. It looks very
It's
pretty.
so
Use Wingdings.
No.
That's
So-
legible.
So yeah, Baron, Professor Doc, I'm losing my mind.
good.
Rilo, Vaudevillain, thank you so much. And if anyone else has any parting thoughts before they go,
I do.
Yeah.
I would like to thank you for allowing us to drag you into our podcast length format.
Yeah, but see,
We hit the 3-hour mark.
We hit the 3-hour mark.
This
That's
is
normal for that.
This is late 2000, early 2010 Swimcast. So, like I said, Dino was on for over 2 hours, and he peed, and he didn't wash his hands, and he admitted it.
He didn't wash it. He's a gross man.
No comment there.
He touched all those microphones.
He touched
Personal
all of the
opinions.
microphones.
And then he
shouted,
tried to pour his bottle of vodka in his bottle of water, and Keith Crawford had to stop him.
"Are you?" Oh,
That was a big deal. Travis.
Yes.
Oh, thank God, my brain is still kind of there.
Yeah.
I know Brandon plugged the show earlier, but as I'm moving things around, I'm not good with coordination. Why don't you tell us about a little bit more? If you want,
well, yeah.
or if you have anything else to plug.
Yeah, we do all of our podcasts under the Apathetic Enthusiasm brand, so you can catch streams from us on Twitch and YouTube every Mondays at 9 Eastern at twitch.tv/apathetic enthusiasm or youtube.com/apathetic enthusiasm. And we cover pop culture, all kinds of things over there. And then follow us over at apatheticenthusiasm.com. You can catch all of our stuff over there.
I wonder if I spelled it right. It's I don't know if you see it.
I'm sure they won't care.
Yeah, it's close enough. It's not clickable, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Write it down, kids.
Write that down. Jason Chops, you got anything to plug?
Yeah, you throw up jpollardvo.com and make sure to hit the acpn.net. Check out our podcast when we get back to it. Hopefully get some more video game streaming going on here too. Looking forward to that. But
of course, that's the big thing we do every Tuesday night. We try and do that at ACPNet, where I really have bad.
That is not me. I am not on the screen.
Now he's on the screen.
Where
the
Toonami panel.
Oh, is there actually a Toonami panel? Because I was told there was not.
It just started.
Yeah.
Oh, where is it?
Online.
No, but I'm saying, is it on
the internet?
Is it on Twitch so I could rate it?
Japan somewhere.
No, I'm saying, is it on Twitch? Because I'll rate it. I'll rate the shit out of it like in 2 minutes.
Should be, yeah.
On Adult Swim?
Yeah, it's on Adult Swim on Twitch.
All right, so we'll go there in a minute. Jason Swimcast, did you have anything to plug?
Nope.
All right, so I
don't do anything.
You do the Swimcast.
That's it. I do the Swimcast. Everybody listen to the Swimcast.
Everybody listen to the Swimcast. Everyone listen to all the fine programming on acpnet.net. And please, please, please come back to us. We do a 24/7 stream of like random crapola and some good stuff. I shouldn't say random crapola, but there is some awesome content that streams 24/7. Movies, content, comedy, cartoons, short films, music. And if you have any of this, please submit it to Twitch at acpnet.net because we're always looking for new stuff. We're always streaming cool stuff. Maybe if Dragon Con's going to do anything, maybe we can come back and do this again. But we also do live riffing, like Mystery Science Theater. We do live game show, video game stuff on Tuesday nights. So we're really trying to entertain people during these troubled times.
These trying times.
And I am going to raid the shit out of Adult Swim. It's just Adult Swim, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you go to adultswim.com/presents/con, you can scroll down and you can just click the link to go to the watch now. I'll go ahead and post it in the. I'll go ahead and post the link. It says available after 12:10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Oh, and guess what? It's 12:10 on the dot. So, you know what? Can I?
And they have special announcements and exclusive content.
Let me see. Oh, so it's not going to be on Twitch. It's going to be on the website.
Mixer.
Yeah,
that's
I'm on the website right now.
It's going to be on Mixer, yeah.
Whoops.
All right, so, I mean, if they're on, I'll raid them. If not, if you guys want to stay tuned for the normal stuff, the normal stuff. Otherwise, this has been a blast. I'm glad I had the brain power to put this together, and hopefully, again, we can do some more stuff in the future. And
did we get through everybody on the plug-a-thon?
I think we did. Is anyone missing? Trish would have plugged her cats. I think
I got a new cat named Gary Fisher.
Aw. Well, if y'all come back,
follow Gary Fisher on Instagram.
If y'all come back, if we have another one of these for like Dragon Con or whatever, then you'll have to talk to Trish because that's usually her icebreaker question. But anyway, thanks everyone for showing up, coming, attending. I hope your ComicCon and SwimCon were awesome, and stay tuned for crazy stuff. Good night, everybody.
Hey, thanks.
night.
Have a good night.
Good night.
Spanakopita!
Spanakopita!
This has been an Adult Swim Central production.
ACPN.